You've finished your song here in GarageBand, you've followed all of my tips here on the channel, and you've mixed it to perfection, and now it is time to share it. So how do you go about exporting and sharing your finished product? That's what we're going to cover in this video. Let's go. Welcome back to another GarageBand 5-minute tip. If you'd like to learn a heap more about creating, recording, and releasing here in GarageBand, check out the other videos in the description. To export your song, simply tap in the top left corner to close out of the project. Then tap and hold on the project and hit the share button here in the top right. Now tap on song and choose your audio quality. Now, most of the time you'll want uncompressed wave file, 44.1 kilohertz, 24-bit. The only time you'd use a lower quality is if, say, you're emailing it to someone just to take a listen. But if you're going to master it or release it, you will want uncompressed wave. Let's hit share and tap save to files. Your song exports, and now just choose where you'd like to save it. I'm going to save it in the same folder as the project and tap save. And there it is. We've now got a WAV file, which is a mix down or an export of our project. But to listen to it, we need to switch over to the Files app. So let's do that. Let's tap on the Files app here. If you don't have this one, go to the App Store and search Files and download it. And now you can see we can actually play this file. Let's tap on it. You'll see the waveform there at the bottom, and now we can hit play. And hit done. Now you may have heard a problem there, which is that there's a little gap at the start. So let's show you how to fix that. We're going to tap on the project here and tap open in GarageBand. And what I'm going to do is merge all of these tracks into one stereo track. To do that, tap on any of the icons and tap on merge. Now select all of the tracks in your project, as many as you have. And there is a bug at the moment with your first track, so don't worry if yours looks over here, it will be selected. Now just tap on the merge button in the top right. GarageBand goes through and renders or mixes down all of these tracks, including all their effects and panning, into one stereo track, and done. And now if we hit play, sounding good. Now what we can do is zoom in by grabbing two fingers and spreading them apart and find the start of this track and just grab the handle and trim it a little bit. If we zoom even further in, you'll see that our snap to grid goes off, and we don't need the grid. You don't need to worry about the grid here. I like to leave about 0.25 to 0.5 of a second at the start there. So let's just cue this one up and take a quick preview. Maybe a little bit too close. Let's grab it again and just drag it back a little bit. Perfect. And now zoom back out and grab your project and just drag it all the way to the left so that now when we hit play at the start, that gap is gone. Let's do the same at the other end. We'll scroll to the end of the project and take a listen to the end. So there is a nice soft tail at the end there. We're just going to grab this one and maybe bring it off around about there. Let's just take a listen. Yeah, so it's a bit abrupt there. We may want to use some fading or some automation at the end there. And guess what? We cover that in another video if you'd like to learn how. And now to export, once again, we just tap in the top left. And you'll see that it's retained our original project here with all our tracks. So don't worry about losing your individual tracks. It creates a copy for you. So now we just tap and hold on this one, hit share, tap on song, uncompressed wave, hit share, and save to files again. And hit save. Now because we've already done this once, it'll give us this. We just tap on keep both. And there's our new WAV file. Jump back over to files and tap to take a listen. And now you'll notice that it is trimmed the front and also trimmed the end there. And that's also resulted in it being a slightly smaller file than the original one. So you're all ready and good to go now with your final product. However, I know what you're saying. What about mastering, Pete? Well, we covered that in more detail in other videos here on the channel, which you'll find linked in the description. But the good news is you can actually use this stereo file now to actually turn down your volume there and add plugins here, such as your peak limiter plugin here in GarageBand. And once again, if you want to learn how to do this and a bunch more fancy advanced stuff, heaps more videos showing you all of this in the description. There you have it. Now you can get your projects completed and out of GarageBand and ready to share with the world. I hope you found this one useful. Plenty more videos down below, and I'll see you next time.